day you made a comment, you said, the only podcast that matters is Drink Champs, Joe Budden, and $1 million worth of game.
That hurt you?
No, it never hurts me because I do a lot of shit to hurt him that he don't ever get hurt, so I can't get hurt.
Right.
We can't even fuck with each other.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, we can't.
But what I'm saying is I've seen a lot of other podcasts, you know, Steve Jack, this is my brother, a bunch of them put in work. A lot of guys are doing their thing.
I feel like Steve Jackson's a hater.
No.
This is his second time. This is his second time hating on me. Like, what?
No,
what
because he been doing. You see, you got to understand.
I thought we was all family.
We are.
I thought so too. Like, this is and if he had a problem, he should have handled that. You know what I mean? But I seen him a couple times, like, and he didn't say nothing to me, and I didn't say nothing to him. It wasn't no beef.
What happened?
I believe he was talking to the statement like they putting in work in the podcast. It's a lot of guys, Carmelo. There's a lot of different guys putting in a lot of work. Yeah. When you just say, "Yo, we the three that matter," everybody else who don't put in us, we don't care. We just new in the game, and I don't give a anyway. So I'm different. But is there any way to say, all right, why did you come up with that decision?
I don't know.
He was feeling
it's actually the truth. But it's the truth when they say like this. When it comes to hip hop podcasts, we led the way. 1,000,000%. All right. Who invented the podcast space, period? It's Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. Anybody, we all owe them a check.
Gotta give Ice-T some credit too.
No, I'm getting there. Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. That's the first podcast ever, right? Then when you come to artist podcast, first artist podcast was Ice-T, right? Then after that, this was a nerd space.
Combat Jack,
yes. Combat Jack.
My man in jail,
no. No, but what I'm saying, that overall, that's what it was for. This was like a nerd space. What I'm trying to say, of course, other podcasts matter. Of course, I'm on this show. I'm doing other shows. Of course that. But what I'm saying is, who led the way in this podcast?
You're saying it's the golden era.
Yes.
I feel in hip hop.
Yes.
It's LL Cool J. It's Salt and Pepper.
So, if I say that, if I say something like I'm the best, and you offended, what does that mean about you? I'm saying this is my. I monkey foot this game. I got the viewers every single month.
You are the best.
I don't have to clout chase. Hold on.
No, you guys are the best.
I don't have to clout chase.
Are the kids.
I don't have to diss other podcasts. What I was trying to say was that's the podcast that matters in this milestone at this moment. At this moment leading up. Now, of course, there's going to be other people. Of course, there's going to be other people.
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as N.O.R.E decided to jump out there and put Drink Champs on a pedestal versus other podcasts in the game once again. Now, I seen this circulating on the timeline as he was doing the media press run a couple weeks ago. He did Breakfast Club, Bootleg Kev, and the Joe Budden podcast. Now, I can't remember if he had said this on Bootleg Kev as well, but I know he for sure said it on Joe Budden. And Joe Budden told him right after he said it, I disagree. This is N.O.R.E saying this. Other podcasts most definitely matter in the game. And that is, Joe was like, nigga, what are you even talking about right here, pretty much? That's the sentiment that I got from Joe Budden. But now, N.O.R.E made this appearance on Joe and Jada, and I had a link in the description where y'all can watch that in full and to get the entire context, where that nigga Joe was like, I seen Steven Jackson say something about it in the comments and other people, as Steven Jackson did say that, and I saw that comment on one of the blogs. He didn't say nothing bad, but it was more on some like, oh, you feel that way, nigga? When you gonna pop about your podcast, you gotta check the numbers, look us up too. N.O.R.E said right there, I feel like Steven Jackson is a hater. He been hating. He done said something like this before. And I'm gonna tell you like this, the reason why, N.O.R.E, is because you said something like this before when you're putting down the other podcasts, then you come back, you try to reframe it, regame it, and say that it's something else. But if I was sitting right there, I would tell N.O.R.E directly, bro, the words and the verbiage always matter. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you say, hey, bro, I feel like Drink Champs got the latest podcast. Hey, Drink Champs, we the best at the game. Hey, Drink Champs, we them dudes over here. The people rocking with us, we got the culture. Y'all do y'all stuff, but we really them, nigga. But that's not what you saying. Saying they don't matter, that's dissing other podcasts, bro. That don't matter how you slice the pie. No matter how you want it to come off, no matter how you want people to take it and receive it, yeah, you got the right to pop your ish. You got the right to talk your stuff. You got the right to be prideful in it. Everybody do who putting their work in, but the verbiage of it is going to warrant some type of response when you say they don't matter. When, nigga, everybody has an audience who has built an audience. People that have an audience already, people, you can't tell them, hey, nigga, my podcast don't matter to the whole game or spectrum and things like that. That's not how that works at all. Also, with this going on, when he started naming the guys. Now, Cypher Sounds and Rosenberg, I wasn't hip to their podcast. I did hear that those was the guys that started this in hip-hop, not in general. Podcast been out way before hip-hop. But I heard about them doing theirs. I know also I heard about Combat Jack. I've heard Joe, Tax Stone, and even Rosenberg give Combat Jack his flowers. But you see right there, Noriega, this is where the dilemma comes in with you speaking on it. Because when Combat Jack name came up, you didn't really want to speak on it when everybody else calls him a podcast pioneer in hip-hop because they've had prior business issues, to my understanding, and he has a little situation right there with Combat Jack. Most definitely, God bless his soul. May he rest in peace. Condolences to his family. Also, Tax Stone. Tax Stone is the guy that introduced Noriega to podcasting. Told him what he was doing because Tax Stone had an early wave in the urban black hip-hop space where he brought everybody to this thing, like the streets. He brought a different type of culture from his Twitter following and everything. He was interviewing rappers. He got some classic interviews before a nigga had even, he had classic moments before I even heard of Drink Champs for real and knew what they had going on because I was already following Tax Stone. But he gave Noriega the game, told him what the podcast thing was, how to work it, how to put it together, how to make it happen. So when he gave you all this game, how you not going to acknowledge him as a guy when everybody knows he was one of the early ones? Now, he had that situation, so he didn't get to blow it up. But you can't come in through conversating with him, getting the game from him telling you what to do, how to move, how to work the business thing into it. Even though you elevated it past that, you can't downplay that situation at all. That's just how I feel about it. And then, of course, when we speak on these things right here, the way that you trying to word it, of course, Joe Budden is that guy. Joe Budden is him, not them. He one of them niggas in this game. I've always came on this platform, and a lot of other people know who watch Joe Budden. I say, nigga, Joe Budden, one of the ones. He became a very big voice in this thing. He's one of those guys. There's no taking that away from him at all. But you just say, well, I'm going to choose Joe, me, Wallo, and Gillie and say, hey, nigga, we the guys in this game where y'all don't even have the same approach in what y'all do at all because it's different types of audiences. It's different types of conversation. Joe Budden is not a guest-based platform at all. Now, does he bring guests on as he brought Noriega on? Yeah, but without the guests, Joe is still having a different audience that wants to hear him talk, hear his opinions, and he has made it to where who's ever on my show, people following them as well. That's not the same as Drink Champs. Everybody has their own audience if they built an audience in this game. So for you to say that the podcast don't matter, nah, Wallo and Gillie most definitely going crazy. But you can't come on here and try to say, well, we doing this and we all the same because we get the most. Bro, it's a bunch of people getting numbers out here. It's too many to name. So I have to come on here and completely disagree with Noriega. If I was sitting there right there with him, I would say, hey, bro, we got to go back and forth on this conversation a little bit. This is going to be a great debate in the game because what you saying, they don't matter. That takes it completely to somewhere else and different and out of a just like, hey, this is just like a little friendly competition statement saying y'all don't matter. That's not a thing of you saying that you the best. That's dissing everybody else. And Noriega, you've done this before, bro. Just keeping it all the way 1,000. But he can pop it how he want to pop it, feel how he want to feel. He has that right. Be confident in yourself. Love this. Be proud of this. But you got to be ready for the response when you say things like this. It just is what it is. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.